everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is like a Christmas miracle. I'm actually making another video after I said I would. But I just like to talk about one thing first, and that is this light is driving me crazy, and I'm sorry. Should I try and move my head? Maybe if I just scoot over. But you know what's funny is I thought you were gonna see. Oh no, I'm not tall enough. I have to sit up really straight then. Okay, I'll move. This is, y'all, my mom got a tripod to take family pictures, and I just need to take that from her. There, that's better. Okay, and I don't know how to edit. I would like to learn, and I actually think I'm starting to follow through on things I say I would like to do, so I wanted to get that out of the way. I feel a little bit better now about the situation. I still would like to find a better place to film with like a neater background. Can't remember if I already said that or not. But anyway, if I don't make this now, it's like with my other video. I'm just not going to do it. And I really want to do it. So these are my top picks at the moment for fall and winter fragrances. I live in Houston, Texas, where it is hot, humid, tropical environment like most of the year. So when it starts to cool down, which for me is like 75 degrees and lower, I bring out all of my favorite darker scents. And those are some of my favorite scents. And I wear them when it's hotter outside, but I just enjoy them so much more when it's cooler outside. So I also have my iPad. I pulled up on Fragrantica, which is also really hard for me to say sometimes, just to kind of be able to give a general idea of what each perfume smells like, because I'm not very good at describing them, and that way it can kind of help me out a little bit. And then I will talk about the website that I have ordered from several times. They actually are in Houston, which I find very ironic. I want to be like, hi, can I come by and just pick some stuff up? But they're not close to me in Houston. So, yeah. And they obviously don't know who I am, because I am not anybody on like YouTube or Instagram. But it has just, like I said, been a way for me to try some really expensive fragrances for a way cheaper cost. Okay, that's all my rambling. So how many did I get? Sorry, I should have been a little more prepared. I was trying to pick 5, which 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 6. I have, I guess, an honorable mention. And I would like to say, as I am like looking at these, I'm already thinking of other fragrances that I feel like I kind of left out. So maybe I'll do like another video. I just know I talk a lot, so I don't want this to be like a 30-minute video and no one wants to hear me talk for that long. So anyway, I'll just jump right in because yeah. So this is newish to me. It's Portrait of a Lady by Frederick Malle. And I got a sample size from that website because this is an expensive fragrance. I don't know the exact price. All I know is I looked at it and I was like, can't afford that. I'm trying to see. It's about like $300 to $400-ish in that market. Yeah. So, and I love variety so much that I can't, like that's how I was when I saw the price of it. But I was so curious because I'd watched reviews on it on YouTube, and it's described as warm, spicy, balsamic, rose, patchouli, smoky. And I have to agree with that. To me, I was thinking about it in the car. It smells like a smoky rose. I could see if you don't like rose, you wouldn't like this. I love rose a lot. I don't mind smelling like a grandma. I've come to terms with it. And it's not even a grandma. Now that I've really been... Oh, my phone is dying again. Sorry, y'all. I need to go to the Apple store. I just went for my husband. But I don't know. I don't think they're grandma scents. I just think it's a more mature scent that I've grown to really appreciate and love. So yes, I've used quite a bit of it. I put a little bit on today. It's very strong. So it's very strong. I'm curious what my mom would think, because she's very sensitive to fragrance, and I would say she doesn't I don't want to say she doesn't like a lot of the ones I wear, but I don't think she does. And that's okay. I wear fragrance for myself. Okay, so that's Portrait of a Lady. And, oh, what I wanted to say about that, see, I should have written notes, is that it does smell like, to me, what a lady would smell like. Like a lady that is very classy, not showy, though. Like, she's a lot of confidence, like, just a very classy lady is what it smells like to me. So, fair enough, right? Portrait of a Lady. Oh, I hope we make it through this video. Okay, my next one is, I feel like, a cult favorite, Pomegranate Noir by Jo Malone. Where's this one? So this one, I actually don't smell any pomegranate. No idea where they got that from. It's described as woody, warm, spicy, sweet, fruity, balsamic, and sour. I don't smell the sour. It is spicy. It has pink pepper in it. If I wasn't trying to run through this, I would... My mom sent me a text. Hi, Mom. I'll describe it more. The first time I ever smelled this was when I was pregnant with my daughter, and I couldn't stand it at all. I returned it. I was like, who wears this? I saw people raving about it, and now I love it. It's a very comforting scent. It is very spicy and warm. Do you see a theme going? Okay, we're moving on to another Jo Malone, which is a recent love for me. I've had this little mini bottle for a while. They do like holiday gift sets, and I didn't purchase the gift set. I actually got this on, I want to say eBay, and I was not suspicious, but for the price, I was like, and I really love it. It's very sweet. It's described as, I'm reading, if you're familiar with Fragrantica, they have the main accords, which I don't always agree with, but I figure it's a good baseline. Rose, oud, sweet, milky, warm, spicy. And it is definitely very, very sweet. This is one I like to layer with maybe a more masculine smelling fragrance, which I like as well. Like Jo Malone makes a myrrh and tonka, and I like to kind of mix those sometimes. But this is one of my favorites. And it's a great scent to me when it's like so cold outside, like you can see your breath. That's when I love this fragrance. So like, you know, twice a year for me here. No, I'm kind of kidding. But anyway, so I guess that's all I have to say about that one. This is another one I got from that website, which I'll talk about. This is the first one I feel like the pronunciation is going to get to me. It's Christian Dior, and it's their like private line. I don't know what they're calling it now. I feel like they recently switched names. It's like Maison Christian Dior or Privé. Well, I'm not sure. It's the fancy Christian Dior. And it's Fève Delicious. Fève Delicious. I speak English, and that's about it. Don't have any, maybe a little Spanish, but I'm really bad with that. This one is described as sweet, aromatic, balsamic, vanilla, warm, spicy. And it is definitely like, has the vanilla and the spicy. I tend to like spicy fragrances, I'm guessing. It almost smells a little like it has like cacao in it to me. I'm trying to see if there is that as a note, if I can talk. Yeah, there is. So also on Fragrantica, it'll have the notes as they're supposed to be in the fragrance, and then the notes as people have kind of voted are the actual notes that they smell them in. But this is, I've used quite a bit of my sample, which says a lot for me because I really do change my fragrance daily depending on my mood, the weather, all of the, like, who knows why. I have no rhyme or reason. So that's a really good one I like for bedtime as well. Like, I find it very comforting smelling. Does anyone else do that? I always put perfume on before bed, and it's for me, like, I mean, I know some people will be like, oh, you're wasting your perfume, but it really is like because I enjoy it. This is a recent favorite that I loved so much that I considered buying a full bottle of it. And then when I looked it up, I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit and see if I use my sample because it was pricey. And it's the Chanel Fragrance House, their exclusives line. I think it's called I thought it would say here, but I don't see it. And this is Coromandel, and I had to use like Hooked on Phonics to read that because it shouldn't be hard. Coromandel, yeah, like I have to sound it out Can you tell I have a kindergartner? And this is described as balsamic, warm, spicy, patchouli, woody, citrus, smoky. And this one is, when I first got it, I thought, man, I wasted my money on this little sample, because the samples aren't always cheap. But considering what a full bottle of this costs, it is cheap. And I was like, oh, like I sprayed it and was like, I don't know if I'm gonna wear this, be able to keep this on. But after a few minutes, it wasn't that long, I was obsessed. I mean, and it's funny because I wore this on Thanksgiving, and my aunt compliment, she was like, whatever you were wearing that night smelled really good, and it was this. And I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm not completely crazy, because I did think this is a fragrance I could see some people really, I could see it being polarizing, like you're either gonna love it or you're really not gonna love it. It kind of smells like a spice market in a weird way. But I told her, I was like, oh, it's a sample I have, and I was like, when I looked up the real price, I was like, nah, gonna keep my sample for a while. So this is, I wish I could, it's gonna be backwards. Coromandel by Chanel. And my last one, which I feel like has become kind of like a basic, or a popular, it grew a lot in popularity a couple years ago on the YouTube community, is by Hermes. It's from the Hermes Essence. Why can't I never say that? Hermescence house. And it's Ombre Narguile. Once again, probably butchering it. I have gone through, I always get these travel packs. You get to pick 4 fragrances. You get to pick 4 fragrances. You can pick any of their fragrances. And I actually have a few others that I've discovered that way. Because I don't always get 4 of this scent. Does that make sense? I should have brought my little pack out here. It's just a box. But they do come, it's so nice. And it's to me, for getting 4 really nice fragrances, it's not that expensive, but they come in like their little bags. Anyway, this one is one of my favorites. I love their Twilly de Hermes, I think is what it's called. But I like to wear that one when it's a little warmer outside. Sorry, I'm getting on a tangent now. Okay, so this is sweet, warm, spicy, cinnamon, honey, balsamic. And I do agree with that. It kind of smells like apple pie to me, but not in a gourmand way, not in a food way, in a legit like apples and cinnamon with like, I want to say cigar smoke is one of the notes in here. Tobacco, that's what it is. Oh, and I love, does anyone else, I know it's horrible for you. I'm not a smoker, like saying you should, but I have always loved the smell of a pipe. Like what, you know, I think of old men smoking like the pipe. I had a friend growing up, her dad smoked a pipe, and it just was the best smell. It was literally, it was like sweet. It wasn't smoky like a cigarette. It was very sweet and warm smelling. I'll always think of her dad and her family when I smell scents like that. So that is one of my favorite. I would like to find more scents that have that sweet tobacco smell. I do have tons of samples. I feel like I could do a story time about this. I befriended a girl in Nordstrom, and we were talking about fragrances, and she gave me, like, I'm not joking, 20 samples of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Am I saying that right? And I like it. And obviously it's not one of my favorites because it didn't make the cut. I like it, but there's something about that fragrance I find very sharp, or not as maybe smoky. I don't know. There's just something sharp I find about it. I do like the way it smells if I spray it on a scarf or like on my jacket and put it on later, like after the fragrance has settled down. But yeah, so I feel like that's a popular one. It's very unisex in my opinion. My husband found one of the samples and he was like, "What? Why do you have a cologne sample?" And I was like, actually, I had to school him. And he's actually is not into cologne or anything at all, which is kind of funny. Oh, but I wanted to tell y'all about the website. I will try to leave an actual link below. It is called scentsplit.com. as spelt exactly like scent, SCENTSPLIT.com. And they have tons of brands, and you don't have to order a bigger sample size. They sell the really small ones for, I mean, depending on the brand, from like a couple dollars to like maybe $5 if it's, you know, like a Frederick Mall scent, or there's another one I got that was a little more expensive. It was I can't remember his name. He's a pretty popular perfume. He makes the Baccarat Rouge 540. Why can I not think of it right now? Anyway, not important. But there are some that are really, really expensive scents that, you know, one day I might decide I want to purchase a whole bottle of that. But just, I don't know. It gives you enough to where you can see if it's worth the cost or not. And it's like the Chanel perfume, the Coromandel. I like got that on my radar. So anyway, those are my top 5 with an honorable mention fragrances. I didn't do them in any order because it was so hard for me to even just narrow it down this much. It just depends on my mood, how I'm feeling, where I'm going, the weather, mainly how I'm feeling. But anyway, that's it. Let me know what your favorites are. I'm really curious to know. And I am not a fragrance snob. Like, I love anything designer to like cheapos. Like, I am just, you know, a price tag definitely does not define a fragrance, or it's how good it is. So yeah, I would like to know what your favorites are. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and thank you for all of the sweet feedback I got on my other video. I'm like shocked anyone even watched it, but I have really missed having this outlet, and I feel like I've come to a place where I can kind of, you know, get back into it. So anyway, I'm still talking way too long. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later, and have a great day. Bye.